fun. Oh man, actually, there's something. Oh wow, that was a close one.
We
Good
live?
morning, everyone. Yeah, we're live.
We're
We're
live.
live.
Okay.
Good morning,
Doing it live.
everyone. A little bit of a funny little hiccup there. Background wasn't showing up, but happy Sunday. How is everybody? Good morning. I think this is the last Sunday of June, and we're already going into July. This is something. This is the
Blazing through the year.
it's getting kind of fast, Like had 2020, which I'm pretty sure most of us had a great time in. We're in 2021. We're now in the middle of 2021. Can you believe that?
No, not at all.
So, with that being said, how are my hosts doing today? How are you doing, a skeptic, seeing how you're not having a good
Um,
day, I guess?
no, I'm just missing a caffeinated beverage,
A Coke
and
or
they do,
coffee?
Caffeine, caffeine in general.
any of it. Matter of fact, I don't even need any of the extra crap. Just I need just like a small shot of just caffeine and nothing else. I don't need any of the sugar, any of the other.
Get some B12 vitamins.
Some,
Wait, how do you usually have your coffee? Do you drink it?
no, I lately I've been just putting it in a needle. Just been injecting it into my blood.
How else are you going to get your caffeine?
Much a little bit faster that way.
Bro,
But I
Oh,
used to
God.
drink it.
The straight face.
How
I know.
else? Yeah, how else are you going to get your caffeine, man? Like, makes sense.
Mm,
Listen, man. Time
I
is of the
snort
essence.
mine. I'm just saying.
Snort.
Whatever gets it in there faster. Like drinking it is so 2020. No one does it anymore.
I will have to say that I kind of agree, but lately I've been drinking tea. Y'all know
Tea.
that.
What kind of tea?
Teavana, bro.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, he was telling us
I
about
was
that
about
before.
I was about to play the crap out of you. I was about to
We
say,
talked
if it
about
ain't
this last
Tivana,
week.
if it ain't Tivana, shut the fuck up.
There's some other good tea out there, though.
There he's like on that religious cult kind of thing going on.
I know.
Listen,
And
man,
honestly,
you
like
do
that's
gotta
the
rap.
gateway drug to real tea. Like Tivana was the
True.
way. It
Listen,
really is.
It's like the meme. Do you know the way? Marcus already knows
do
the
you
way.
know the way?
Do you know the
But
way?
remember the Aeon Anima. Remember that
Oh yeah, you caught me.
that last batch of Youthberry that I bought like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just now getting to the bottom.
Oh man, that stuff's stale, bro. It has to be.
You would think, right? But I preserve it very carefully after doing
I
some
had mine
research.
for years too, but like I should have just taken it out of the bag that was inside of the can.
Right, and yes, exactly. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
But they don't tell you that.
they don't say anything about that.
No, they don't.
But anyway, um, honestly, like you want to know something crazy? Um,
What?
there is an article called "The Five Stages of Boiling Water" because there's temperatures on these things, like white tea, 175 degrees Fahrenheit. This is some good stuff, by the way. Chat and listeners, like hear me out. If you boil loose leaf tea, there's a way to do it without like measuring the temp. And it's called the five eyes. You can look to see what the size of the eye is. And like it goes about like shrimp eye to like crab eye to fish eye to like rope of pearls to raging torrent. Those are your five indications that you can just look at boiling water. So naturally, don't just put it on high, go by too quick. But like having like a stainless steel pan and looking in there to see at what size the bubbles are when it starts to boil can tell you what the temperature is, so that you can get it right for your tea. And you don't over cook your tea and make it bitter. Super important stuff. Anybody who drinks tea out there, like look for that information so that you can get the best out of your tea. See, yeah, this
Oh,
guy gets
well.
it.
Well, my grandma always said to me, "A watch pot never boils." So
Oh, well, that's actually something I say every single day, and yet I watch the pot.
He sees it boil with
I,
apparently 5 different eyes.
yeah, like you don't want to stare at it forever, but like you do want to check in very periodically. Just don't over like do the temp on your stove or whatever.
Uh,
Like,
how you
yeah,
doing? How you doing, Panic? How you feeling, man?
I'm here.
All right, he
he
exists.
doesn't he doesn't feel.
Oh,
he
he's
is a
just
disembodied voice.
he just exists.
He's an AI,
There
Oh,
you go.
forgot what that's actually technically called.
artificial
What?
intelligence.
No. It's like it's
What are you referring to?
the word for it.
A word to describe what?
It is a
We
pattern
can
of
help.
no. It's called a pattern of scream. It's a pattern screamer where they exist, but they're conceptually there, where their actual existence is nowhere.
Okay, so basically, there's a scientific explanation for nobodies and nothingness, is what you're telling me.
I guess so. Yeah, stuff like
Um,
that is called a pattern screamer.
Maybe that's where Nomura got it from.
Maybe
hmm,
he does pull weird stuff, but like, I mean, for the most part, I guess there's always a reason for it to exist.
I mean, tell it to Zemnis.
He exists for a reason. They all exist for a reason.
That's not the agenda he was pushing.
It's like we're nobodies, and then I'm like trying to figure out like, so what do you affect the memory or like because everyone remembers Zemnis, everybody remembers the nobodies. It's not like they're not there. You can physically touch them. They can mess your day up. So like I don't know if you mean to say that you're some sort of like ghost or something, and I
Yeah,
pondered.
I, I think there is supposed to be like living ghosts,
Well, I mean, I felt that way too, but I decided not to think about it because, like,
and that's the best way to endure.
how am I going to play the game if I'm thinking about that?
Exactly, exactly. So
So here we are today in Apartment 814. We're going to take two topics. We're going to take two topics. Then we're going to have like a game of the day. Then we're going to have two more topics, and then we're going to have an added topic from our good friend who cannot be with us due to time zone and different country, but he has pleasantly left near 50 topics to talk about. We'll pick one at the end of the stream here. But let's go with the first topic. I think I want
oh,
to
oh,
let's talk about
we're gonna use
yours.
his first. Oh,
Step.
mine.
Yeah, let's talk about yours, Skeptic. Talk about yours.
Hey.
Your physical issues with gaming.
So let's go stretch the muscles real quick. So everyone has, issues with gaming. Gaming is not perfect, but we usually talk about the spiritual and the moral issues with gaming, but like we haven't really like truly discussed the physical issues. What are some of y'all's personal stories / experiences / thoughts on like physical issues y'all have had with literally gaming? Like we're talking physical here.
Uh,
I'm not a Peach player or an Ice Climbers player, so I don't have freaking tendonitis from practicing combos in the lab or anything. But I've heard that Peach players' hands just hurt, bro. I don't know why they would sacrifice.
Yeah. I would love to say it's like the physical aging of my hands and my body, which makes me slower and less cognitive in playing the favorite games I want. But then you hear stories of like a 78-year-old man who's like kicking ass in like RuneScape and freaking what was like StarCraft. Like he's just destroying, and I'm like that requires a lot of APM, which is ba- I'm not using the word right, but basically actions per minute. Oh shit, I just said it. He's doing a lot of actions per minute, and I thought like, okay, if I keep up with my hand exercise, if I keep up like with a healthy body, maybe it won't be as bad when I get old. Because if this 78-year-old man is killing younger people in StarCraft with high APM, why not myself?
Mm.
So I mean, that's like the only real thing that I'm worried about is losing the ability to like whoop somebody's ass and Smash, or not being able to play Pac-Man Championship addiction. I said addiction.
Mm.
It's an
Yes.
addiction.
No, no,
You
no,
know.
no. You're right. Yeah, championship addiction. Yes.
And y'all see me play that Pac-Man game where it's like it's going at like lightning speeds. You have to turn every corner like every 0.5 seconds or 0.2 seconds. And
Man, look, you just have to say you play Smash, bro. Everything happens in less than a fifth of a second, okay?
I mean,
Like,
true, but like there's also your reasonable ability to make good decisions. That requires brain power. Like
Yes, it does.
I felt that while playing Guilty Gear, and by the way, Guilty Gear Strive is a good game. Um, that game isn't as fast as Smash because it requires spacing. It has a lot of poking involved, and
it's
combos don't want.
footsies.
Huh?
Yeah, it's footsies, you know.
Yeah. Uh,
Instigos.
but I love the game. It is fun. I will admit that I'm not great at it, but I I have like the mindset of a fighting player, like a fighting game player, and I have
Mm.
to really switch it up where I have to move a little bit slower, not go like crazy fast in any kind of proportion. I just have to make sure I put my inputs right. And well, there's like a whole thing around it. I'm not going to talk about that. But if I lost my ability to play games that require a lot of fast motion, I'd feel some type of way about it. But right now, I don't feel anything. I think I'm better better than what I was 10 years ago, honestly.
Mm. Yeah, whenever it comes to age, like you're always gonna get that's always going to be proven wrong. Like I think the end all be all for me was watching like that. It was like some lady past her 90s doing gymnastics, like where they do all the I don't know, like the acrobatic stuff where they're like flipping around
Yeah,
and like doing all these like tricks on the beams and things like that. And then this is like this you could see that her body was still physically extremely fit. Like her face was super old, like it lost all the collagen and everything. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, bro, like there's no excuse. Aging has never been an excuse for deteriorating skill in anything, ever. It just hasn't been. Like, even when somebody is disabled, we've seen that too, and I've talked about it. Like, they still find a way. But I will say that, like, for me personally, it's like last night I like, messed up. I think I have a vocal cord messed up on my right side, or just something in my throat's just been bothering me since I like overexerted my voice. Like, that can happen from hype, just kinda a lot of yelling, in your tournament, just all kinds of hype going on can physically affect your voice. I think people should be mindful of their personal hygiene and exercise. Like, physical issues with gaming seems to be people do it so much that they forget to take care of themselves. Like, that's always kind of been a thing. We talked about that stigma last podcast, where it's like people used to see us as, like, these greasy, you know, pale skin, like fat dudes. Like the typical computer gamer or PC gamer was just kind of like the picture of health, right? But I think one more important thing that doesn't necessarily come from, oh, are you exercising? Are you going outside and getting sunlight? More so it's posture. I think our generation is going to have a big issue with posture for two reasons. One, our phones. Um, Like, when you look at your phone, I'm gonna ask all three of you actually. When you look at your phone, do you put it down below your head and look down?
Yes.
Yes.
Panic.
Yeah, but I try to keep it as close to level as possible because it hurts my neck.
Right. See, but he's a little bit more conscious of it. Like, I'm trying to remember the exact science, but tilting your head down at like a I don't even just a so say your shoulders and your head are the intersection, and so you tilt and it's like instead of 180 degrees, you're like at 170. It becomes more acute, right? Like there's no such thing as a 90-degree angle for your head. At least you can get close. I don't think it's an exact thing, but just say we're at a 165-degree angle instead of 180, right? That puts like 30 to 40 pounds of pressure on your freaking head, on your neck. I mean, like 40 pounds of pressure each time you look down at your phone. It's extremely detrimental to your health. Like, because we are hunched over our phones now, it's bad for our, like, our not only our posture, but like overall like we're deteriorating muscles and like nerves and bones and shit in our like upper back. I can't I wish I had an article. I wasn't prepared, but like this would have been an excellent topic if I was prepared for it so I can give you the numbers. But it's really not good for you. I think about it sometimes I'm just like I need to remember to like put the thing in front of my face and keep my head straight and still. And gaming, since we just happen to like hunch generally, like I think gaming pose is pretty bad posture. I've not seen anybody with like proper posture sitting while gaming. If you're sitting like that for hours, that can be bad for you as well. It's like not good. So physical problems with gaming, posture, a lot of streamers like have a reward or redeem, I should say, where like check your posture if they're slouching or if they're like hunched so that they can fix it because they're going to be sitting for long periods of time and over time it'll like mess up their health. So that's something to consider.
I think I'm ready for metal controllers. This plastic not doing it for me no more.
Metal control.
Yes.
You want them things to rust from all the sweat? The hell is going to happen when that happens?
See,
Because
metal
I get
control.
sweaty.
I think metal control is harder to manage, to be honest.
Why metal over plastic?
Durability.
The durability.
But you be slamming them controllers? I think I didn't know. I didn't think you were the type.
No. No, but I'm just thinking like a lot of controller issues would be naturally
Well, I mean,
fixed.
you gotta think about like if you're gonna make a whole controller out of metal, you gotta think about like the weight of it as well.
Yeah, it'd be heavy.
Like, I don't know if you want to have like all that weight in your hands while you're playing for hours.
It's a
I
nice
know.
workout.
And what if it heats it? Like, what if I don't think it would heat up. There's nothing really that would heat up a
Well,
controller
I
so
mean,
much, but
I also think like if you're like a sweaty person, that thing's gonna fall out of your hands, especially if it's like
yeah.
made of metal. It's gonna slip right
Well,
out.
maybe it can have like rubber grips on it or something.
Maybe on the side, yeah.
It could do that, but I feel like also vibration would get really bad. Like I feel like you'd be more prone to blistering.
And pro to heat. You said something about heating, right?
Yeah, like I don't think they would heat up too much, but like just
Well,
imagine if it's hot or in general, you know.
yeah, like it's more conductive to heat. So, like, put that
Yeah.
thing on top of a console. All that heat's going into that metal.
Yeah, and you touch it and burn yourself. I don't know. I get it though. I get the concern.
Right.
Like,
But
And
that's probably
a harder material than the current plastic they use.
uh
or maybe it's
Carbon
just a
fiber.
smarter material, I think.
Carbon
What was that?
fiber.
Carbon
There you
fiber.
go. See, this guy knows.
Some plexi. Just throw that in there. Plexi buttons. Make them Jones combat ready because I'm tired of all these controller destroying games like freaking Smash Brothers.
So no, yeah, I get what you're saying. So we're gonna move on to our second topic.
No wait, I didn't hear Panic's opinion.
Oh yeah, your general opinion, sir?
Oh, on
Or like any times, what's an issue that you've had with with gaming physically?
my hand's not doing what I want them to do.
That sounds more like a
I-
gameplay thing. Like,
Is it way? Well, no. I guess it doesn't not count because I didn't specify like what aspect of physical. But okay, his was more like a I can't think of the correct word, but like from his perspective, like physical, like that, like he can control. So it's like okay, well, that can. Do you feel like that can be fixed with
practice, maybe.
training practice
Mm,
or no?
sometimes not.
I think it's more like a persistent kind of thing and a mindset kind of thing. Is I had like a before I started playing Wolf like a week ago. This is just an
Wolf.
example, and I could not like I don't know what it was about like Fox players or Star Fox players or Star Fox characters, but I always like full jump and I couldn't control it. And
No.
I literally sat down in training mode and just short hop for an hour just to
Yeah.
get that.
Honestly, like I think it's not the characters. Everybody's got 3 frame jump squat in this game. Back in the day, maybe because the different jump squats, but now you really just have to practice. Like it's not something that's gonna come easy, and that's not normal considering like especially when it's a game you've used to for a long period of time. Like Tekken's been pretty consistent um about like the timings not being like so different throughout the games. Like you pretty much can use the same muscle memory through multiple games, minus patches here and there. But for like for Ultimate, like you really do have to sit down and retrain your hands for it because it's faster. So we went from a much slower game to a less slower game to a much faster game. Um, and then like they made everything tighter, and there's a buffering system. So like you do have to adjust. It sucks. I think the same issue that you're having is like what Mist has. It's like I just can't get used to the buffering system. It's just like it's such a stilted change, but it really does require a lot of practice. I couldn't short hop consistently at all. But you can see that I can do it now, like really consistently. Like, I don't really full hop when I don't want to too often. Yeah, it's tough though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really had that was the first time I had to sit down and really put effort into figuring out how to do it. So
Eh,
it's deliberate.
It is for Panic's case, like his hands not doing what he wants him to do. I think that comes around like I guess how much time you put into it, what you're willing to invest and try to know. And he's a busy person, so I don't think
Mm,
he can really sit down and like do that.
yeah, well, that's a real concern. Not everybody has the time to put in the like hours to gain the muscle memory because I sure as heck didn't feel
Well,
enthusiastic about taking the time. But this with everything. Like if I said to myself, if I'm learning to play an instrument, I have to do the same thing. Like there's no shortcut here. Like if I really want to be able to keep up with people who can do it, I have to practice it.
Right.
Some games just demand it.
especially if we're catering to casuals, need.
I'm catering to casuals. I don't got to worry about it. I don't like. I love that I can boast about it because it's the only thing that I feel like I love to boast about at all. Like, is that somebody on the street be like, "Man, I could beat you in Smash." I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And then the shock on their face when they realize.
But well, let's move on to the next topic. Um, I was kind of thinking perhaps I or Anima could go. Panic unless you wanna, cause
Nope.
okay. uh,
um, yeah. So,
No,
Pokemon.
the answer is no.
Yeah. The answer is
Pokemon
no.
too big to
You
fail.
figured it out.
Yeah, that's a unanimous no. I think it is
Is Pokemon too big to fail? You think it's a unanimous no?
because there will always be people to play Pokemon. They've got their hands on China now. They
Oh,
not only do they have that, they got their hand. They're the number one. I think piece of entertainment in the world, honestly.
You're
And
arguing for a yes, though. Like they are too
Yeah,
big to
you
fail.
like no implies that they are susceptible to failure. So
no,
yeah.
I
so
don't
you
think
meant to say yes.
they are susceptible to failure. Honestly,
Um,
they
Oh,
are.
okay.
I
wait,
Then
honestly think that they are way too powerful to fail.
okay.
so thank you for reminding me that I shared something that I just found out about 2 days ago. So now I'm
Mhm.
going to combine my not topic with yours.
Hijack.
Oh
Okay.
no, it
Uh-oh.
wasn't because I basically came up with that topic when he was expressing his concerns about the
All
MOBA, and I
right.
was like,
It,
oh yeah,
Yeah,
collab.
panic, no swiping. All right.
exactly. So someone please explain to me why uh, what is Game Freak? Why Game Freak feels they need to dip into the MOBA scene?
I
They want that
mean,
MOBA money.
yeah.
Bankrupt, bankrupt creativity.
So about that MOBA, about that MOBA, I don't think they're a Pokemon company too, right? Like they're Game Freak, Pokemon company. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah. So Pokemon as a whole, right? They're not losing
Mhm.
money. They have too much money. They're not losing any kind of money. If you were to be hired by a Pokemon company or Game Freak, you're good for life, basically. Now,
So
the MOBA scene with everything that involves with it, free to play and everything that comes with it, that good stuff, is a financial plus. I think it's a smart decision business wise because people know Pokemon, they love Pokemon. Their favorite Pokemon in a MOBA, something that is very popular nowadays. Why not?
Yeah, like if
um
there's anything I feel like Game Freak hasn't been able to capitalize on, it's that free to play money.
Right.
There
um
you
Well,
go.
no, they
Free to
have
play money.
what's that called? Pokemon Masters is the
Who
same thing.
cares?
That's a free to play. That's the free to play.
so
Uh,
so is Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
Um
yeah, but that's really free to play. Like I don't expect to spend any money over there.
Yet they get tons.
Yikes.
right. So my so you think you think that this is going to go well for them?
I think it's going to be an
Mm.
absolute. I think it's going to be absolutely like unless they somehow like screw it up with the gameplay, it's going to be fire.
They have no experience in the MOBA scene.
Doesn't
And granted,
matter.
they
It
can
doesn't
take
matter.
from
Look,
they can take from League, they can take from Smite, they can take from what's that other one, Dota. They can take from those three, but all in all, I don't think this is going to blow up immediately. If it is blow up, if it does blow up, I don't personally think it's going to like get
Well,
big. I'll be very
first of
surprised.
all, they need to start with at least like 500 Pokemons.
Like
Uh,
you
yes.
know they're not going to do that. Why?
Yeah, I know,
Because
and
it's
that's
free to
good
play.
because
They need,
right, and they're gonna be trash with it, and it's gonna piss me off.
I
but
mean,
their league exists.
yes,
They're not going to take eyes off of league. They're
but
not.
here's my question for all of you: would you play it?
No.
It depends on how unique.
So,
See, this is where
well,
they're
okay.
gonna have to get creative.
So, I don't know if any of you played like Dota.
I'd play it.
Um,
I
wouldn't
played
play it.
Dota.
Anybody played Smite? I played Smite.
I
I
played
played
Smite.
Smite.
Okay. Now, this is Pokemon, right? Pokemon is something that, there has to be some sort of fun in this. Like Pokemon Snap that recently came out, that shit's fun. It's a fun Pokemon
Well,
game.
I mean, that was much harder to fuck up. I mean, it's Pokemon Snap. It's rather
It's
It's
fun.
also a pretty
it's on the
original
easier
idea.
side of
Yeah.
like easier side of cash grab.
Right.
Yeah, like
Like you
I feel
gotta
like good.
you gotta think about what they dipped into already. They're in the free to play. They have like camera control, kind of like perfect for the Switch and in Wii U, arguably, kind of control kind of thing with Pokemon Snap that just it was everybody was waiting for that evolution. They got into fighting with Pokken. They have puzzle games.
Yeah,
They have
I
like
didn't realize that, but
storybooks.
you're right.
They have
That's
toys. They have um
cards.
they don't like the only thing I don't think they have cards. The only thing I don't think they've actually dipped into is like kart racing, and they have like a sort of like pseudo strategy game. They have Pokemon
The
dungeons.
original?
The dungeons. I don't think that's like I think that's strategy.
The the
Mystery dungeon.
original.
Mystery
Tactics.
dungeon.
It's tactics. Like it's a tactics game.
It's a tactics.
Mystery
Oh,
really good game too, but yeah, it's a tactics game.
yeah, like
Turn,
yeah.
turn-based RPG.
They are missing a Pokemon card. Yeah, so like I think they can get into anything. They can even do a kart racing game and it'll probably be a success, but that's because it's Pokemon.
Bro, like it's so impractical.
But I know, like who told them to make a fighting game? But people saw that fighting game.
At
That makes sense,
least
though.
it's relevant to the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
Right.
Now this game, I'm not gonna say it's not relevant, but if it is, it's in a new region because this is like you're on a team fighting wild Pokemon while going against the other team while
Yeah.
also doing some sort of soccer type deal.
I was
But
about to say,
like
sounds like the newest region to me.
so right, that's true. But they didn't have they didn't even hint to these type of battles in the newest region. So I'm going to say it wasn't there. I'm just like I don't for you to fully answer your question, you said would I play it? My initial answer was no. My real answer is I need to see gameplay, but it's probably still going to be no because
So okay, hold
Wait,
on.
you
You
want to
said
see
you
those
want to see
last 15
gameplay.
seconds?
I saw it, but no, that was a trailer game. I need to see someone actually play through the game.
So they had a showcase of people actually playing it, though I would say it's like scripted. I'm not really too sure. They had like a bunch of people from China playing a bunch and with like English people who speak Japanese in there as well, and there was like no content creators or anything, but there is gameplay.
Uh,
Search for it out there.
Yeah, I'll put it
Wait,
in the
for
chat.
what?
It's a
Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite. Shofu has a video called Pentakill. I was like,
Oh.
okay. Here
I'm
we go.
like, think we were out here talking like they even have people in. I'm like, bro, isn't this a Japanese company?
It is, but they collaborated with Tencent
Everyone.
to make
I
the
know,
game.
but I wouldn't be surprised that
Oh,
there
that
are
explains
people
that
other
explains a
than
lot.
English or American speaking people on the game. Like, sometimes I think that even though we all love Japan, we forget that Japan exists.
Did you just really just put that in the bro?
Yes.
Put it. We're in the Discord. Put it in the Discord.
Oh, you didn't put it in Discord? No, okay.
Like.
I mean, what's the difference?
Okay. For one, like in the Discord it has like the subjects, and clips, and highlights.
Okay.
That's where we put all our. That's where I would like to keep all our. I said this before. Keep all our like podcast stuff out of the group chat.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
keep all our behind the scenes stuff out of the live chat. What the heck? I'm like,
But-
why are we having this conversation?
I know,
get it, though.
but it's just a quick reminder, man. It's just like I'm gonna.
I
Have to
agree with Last Order Films. He mentioned Pokemon Party, like a Mario Party game of Pokemon, and I'm like, bro, one thing I've had the most fun with in the whole Pokemon universe were those mini games from Pokemon Stadium. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I could use a whole lot more of that.
Man,
And they
I think I
completely
broke
dropped
a-
the ball.
vegan, and we're gonna triple shot this back into my subject. I think I broke a Nintendo 64 controller playing that goddamn godforsaken Chansey egg catch game.
Oh, that sounds like a personal problem.
Trying to
I
get
feel like that
100.
was a frustration problem.
I feel like that was I'm gonna try to get these 100 eggs problem.
It was a problem though.
But like,
I thought you were gonna say something like the left and right. The what was that? The
Yo.
Scyther, not the Scyther dig. Who did the digging in that game? What was that? Was that Sandslash? Yeah, that Sandslash mini game.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. Is that from 1 or 2?
I think it's from 1?
Yeah, that might be from 1.
From porn.
Any 64 game that revolved around rotating the freaking C stick. Yeah.
So
Thankfully, we've
quick
evolved.
quick random question. The Nintendo 64 controller, again, ergonomically recreational back then, but like if they bring that shit back, like retro style, like the
Say yes.
effectiveness of the not even just the aesthetic, just like the analog being in the mill.
That's
But
you like that controller?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking other things.
No, it's garbage.
It just
Like,
Like,
would not
as
work.
even as a kid, I'm just like, I mean, I love the 64 and all, don't get me wrong, but like, why did they think I had 2 left hands when they made this controller?
how did
There's
they?
no reason to. Go ahead.
How
I'm
did they
sorry.
think we were going to hold that thing? Was the middle thumbstick supposed to be an option or something, or what?
Yeah,
I
they must have
don't-
thought that that wasn't gonna be it. Like,
The option, sir. They wanted to focus on the control stick.
Oh my goodness, are the wild Pokemon supposed to be minions?
Yes, they are. Minions, jungle monsters, and if from
That's
what
awesome.
the trailer, the visual trailer, not the gameplay itself, it's like you catch the ones you kill, and they become part of your team. So you can switch out something like that's what I gathered from the video trailer. But I like I said, I need to see gameplay.
Yeah, there's more to come with that. But honestly, I think this is kind of a smart move on their hand to get into the mobile market because they have like so much to it when it comes to Pokemon that can add into
yeah.
like the MOBA genre. And like I said, aside from me not liking the fact that they're teaming up with Tencent with this is pretty smart. Like they're
So what's your issue with them again?
Tencent
Mhm.
has really schemy and kind of crappy business practices that kind of
Gotcha.
feeds on the consumer and has absorbed plenty of companies just to break them down.
Okay.
And that's
Well, with
just
that said,
yeah.
I feel like Pokemon Company isn't really like, and that
Game
I guess
Freak.
that just kind of or Game Freak really. Well, Pokemon Company is its own entity. I feel like almost
Oh no, they're not
separate from Game Freak. I
they're
feel
not
like
absorbed like at all. They're just partnering.
yeah. Well, um, I feel like let's just say Game Freak. I feel like Game Freak stopped making games for the games. Like, let's be honest here. I don't know who is like dictating and directing the moves. The creative,
Bless
excuse me,
you
energy.
twice?
Yeah, I don't know if people never like sneeze on podcasts. But anyway, the like creative energy. I don't know who is the person like at the drawing board, but I feel like low key, there's been a lot of grievance with just not having the things we like the most out of Pokemon
Like that,
being focused on, you know,
like
like
like all the
Pokemon
regions.
Coliseum. Yeah,
Oh my
well, that's
god,
one. Pokemon Coliseum was really
Coliseum
great, and everybody was like, "We want more of this, but just more like."
Stadium.
Well, no, Stadium was there in full, but I feel like people wanted more like to do, like they wanted more to explore, like they wanted an
But
actual
yeah,
game.
like because like they went like a personal like story route with the Coliseum.
Yeah, but didn't give like random encounters or travel to different towns aside from bike. And we're just like, can we get more? And they did more, but I think that one really didn't hit a stride. But they didn't really change as much, you know? Like Gale of Darkness. What was the real difference? Like, what was the defining winning difference between Gale of Darkness and like Coliseum?
Very little. It was continued story and like minor wild encounter.
I would say that
Yeah.
Coliseum was overall a better experience for me between the two, but like both of them were fun games for me at the very least. But I would honestly think they would take that formula when going to, and this is what I thought was going to happen with Pokemon Sword and Shield, and expand it
Hmm.
in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They take what they had in like Coliseum.
I don't know where you got that from. I'm
Because
thinking like they should have really kept the Sun and Moon thing going.
okay, so like Sun and Moon was a pretty good game, pretty okay game in its own right, right? And they had like a different formula, and I like that they had the changes with the Cajonas and the different islands, and essentially, uh, basically the Pokemon League was like its first Pokemon League, and you just take the seat, and then people challenge you, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I thought that
Because
was
you
kind of
had like that one kid who's like, "I'm gonna make it to the Pokemon League. Just you wait." I'm just like, "Yeah, whatever, NPC."
cool. He
And
actually
then
makes it.
your champion, he shows up like, I've come to bargain." I'm like, "What?"
Right.
It's like, aren't you like a little school kid on Route 3? Like, how the hell did you get
Bro,
here?
like Joey in his Rattata made it to the league and was like, I was astonished. Things like that were such a nice fresh breath of air because you just don't see growth. Like you just everything's just like dysfunction. There's no real sense of like these are people, like you see the 18th hiker, you're just like, I'm over it, you
There's,
know?
there was a lot going on for Sun and Moon. However, what other there's like the other side of it. For one, I think they catered a lot to Sun and Moon to what they say. This is alleged. I'm not gonna say that this is definite. They catered towards casual people who don't want to like have a hard Pokemon game, right? They don't want to have it being very difficult.
Well,
I will say that
Sorry,
it
I'm
is
gonna.
the easiest Pokemon game I've played.
What, Sun and Moon?
Yeah,
You're not wrong. I just think that they should
that
be more creative about how they present the Pokemon
remember,
formula.
remember, I said alleged. I said it's alleged. I'm not saying that it's a fact. I'm saying that it's alleged that people think that this is like the easiest Pokemon game, and that you're not really getting like the best story. But I'm like, but what? No, there's like this whole thing with the freaking beasts that you have to fight. Like, did anybody forget about that? And how there's a story between Lily and her mom and the dad, like, and the brother, like they all had a conflicting story with that. But I guess people don't pay
like
attention to that.
like other people were there, like blue and red.
They were, but they're not like really story worth. They're like an extra challenge, like
Extra
totally.
challenge.
They're
Yeah.
total optional, and I like half of their theme.
Like they're just,
It
they're just
starts,
on vacation. I'm just like, why is
y-
red here?
yeah, and the song starts out pretty great. Like I'm like, oh crap, they remixed the song. Gets a little something else like later on, but
Now we just need Cynthia to pop up in a bikini and go like, oh hey, what's up?
bro, we need to
How about
get
that rematch?
not just Cynthia. We need to get like Lance up in here. We need to get like Wallace up in
All
here.
right, troll, bro.
Look,
But like
Pokemon Battle
Pokemon.
Frontier. That's all I have to say. Everyone was here. It's just like they don't do things like that anymore. It's like the
Right.
best things they've ever done are just like, well, that was cool.
Like a one and done kind of thing.
Yeah, like I would love more Pokemon like pinball. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Like the mini games from Coliseum. I mean, from Pokemon Stadium were great. Like if they made a game, just like there's so many things they did right, and it was back when they were making games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Like what
mean,
happened?
okay, they're making a MOBA game.
Who
Let's get
cares?
like who. Let's get an honest opinion though. Like it's still a video game. MOBA is
Um,
popular.
I mean, it
How
looks
how
okay.
is this?
Correction. League is popular. Sorry, go
It's
ahead.
just
Okay, whatever. Like League is popular, but people are still playing Dota. People are still playing Smite, right? Like
really
yeah, Smite's still a thing, bro.
news to me.
Like okay, they for that one active Blizzard game, Heroes of the Storm, that was a fun game, but it didn't get the numbers that they wanted. So like the tournament scene was shut down, but the game is still up. So people are still playing that one. So MOBA in itself is a popular genre. Why not get into it? I know they're not going to immediately like destroy League or anything like that. Like no, League is too strong.
They're
But
like they're
No, I'm
putting so
not.
much attention into getting into a market that they want to break into instead of just like, hey, fans, like you guys seem to like this. Let's give you this. Like no Pokemon fan asked for a MOBA.
Right, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm not expecting them to destroy League like that. That's basically impossible. But what I'm trying to get at is that the fan base in League is not going to see this game and like, hey, we should go play this game. No, that's not happening. It's just not happening.
I don't see
And
that
yeah,
either.
there are Pokemon fans that do play League, but they're going to look at this game like,
That's
Well,
Pokemon.
true.
it's
Okay, like what makes you think that? And there are, like, I would say arguably more Pokemon fans than there are League. Arguably,
That's a big ass argument.
it's an argument, but
define
come on.
define
What
fan.
is the
Wait.
number one piece of entertainment and franchise in the
Wait,
world?
wait. When you say fan, what do you mean?
Bro, all around the world,
Like,
all
all-
the
Because that matters
multimedia.
here.
Like, all around the world, bro.
Pokemon is one of the most popular things on the earth.
No,
okay? Like,
correction. It is the
I
most
don't-
popular.
I don't disagree that it's one of the most popular, but there are Pokemon tournaments, right?
Right?
who cares?
No. There's a reason I brought that up. So these fans of Pokemon, do you think that they will watch Pokemon tournaments?
I would
No.
I would say
I
if
th-
it's accessible to them, say they watch it because they do have Pokemon tournaments, card games, and the physical video game every now and then on
I'm
Nintendo
talking-
channel.
I'm mostly talking about
Well-
the video games themselves. But what I'm getting at is what was the viewership of the World Championship for League?
Too
last year?
much.
It was like in the
I'm not-
millions, right?
Too much. So Panic, okay, so as far as the numerical value goes, the amount of Pokemon fans is most likely higher, but like it's like trivial in the face of the lengths that the League fans go to like support.
Yeah,
Like
it's
League fans support it's
I'll
everything.
concede to that. Okay.
like Smash fans support Smash more than Nintendo supports Smash. Like Sakurai is the reason why Smash is what it is. Like, let's not be like, we don't want to ignore Sakurai's efforts, but as far as Nintendo's support of Smash, where is it?
There is none. Well, if there is any, it's you can play the tournament.
Like,
That's about it.
I feel like Pokemon will never, ever, ever go out of style, like ever. But I think that
Nintendo has a crap ton of support for Pokemon, right?
Well, yeah,
I think
because
Game
like
Freak-
look at how vast their merchandise is. Like, let's keep it 100.
Again,
I know.
number one. They are the number one franchise. You could search this up.
Like,
Yeah,
I
you're
believe
probably
you.
right.
I
I
believe
wasn't
you,
sure if
man.
it was
I
in
think
the
that's what I'm
top
doing
3 or
right now.
what, but-
Like,
I don't doubt any of
think
that.
they're
Like,
I don't think they're number one anymore. That's just me personally. I'm looking this up now.
okay.
fair enough.
I mean, yeah, it's been a while, so we can check and see.
But
However,
I mean, like shit, bro. Like we were there. We were
Yeah.
in the room when it happened. Like
Yeah, we
we
were in the room when it
we know.
happened.
We were like,
We
Pokemon,
got-
what the hell is that?
We got hit with that bus as soon as it started, man.
As
Right.
soon as it started.
like, I
Right.
think deep down in all of us, like, if a Pokemon game came out, we're probably going to play it, right? Like, if
No,
a new
I'm
Pokemon
not at that
game,
point.
Okay.
I'm not at
Not
that point
anymore.
anymore.
Is
Oh,
it? But like,
And this is what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like, and anybody can either agree with me or disagree with me here. I feel like people our age look at Pokemon now and we're just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And
yeah, right.
Because
that-
we were
that's
there
why-
for the
that's-
fun ass Pokemon games. That's why.
there's a Pokemon Cross Fire Emblem.
But if bro, where have you been? That's old.
Like, what?
but like if I just got into Pokemon 3 generations ago, I'm going to care about Sword and Shield
Yeah, that's the problem. I
Versus-
think
versus us, who were in the room when it happened. So it's like,
they're betting on newer fans like getting
Right.
into this stuff, and then older fans just becoming fucking boomers or something.
I know.
It just I hate it because it's like, oh, well, there's just so many different
Oh,
people who like
no.
Pokemon.
So a Pokemon Cross Fire Emblem almost happened.
Oh, that game that never came. They had a whole trailer.
The whole trailer, but like it almost happened. It didn't happen though.
They put the trailer had gameplay. What in the hell happened?
Like who wants permadeath Pokemon though?
The manga.
Oh well, I mean, it could work. But I would love to write about permadeath
Oh shit.
Pokemon, but I don't feel like that would appeal to the children. They're like, "Where's my
No,
Pokemon
no.
that died? Why can't I just take them to the Pokemon Center?"
Hey, listen, man. I like
Um,
seeing Mewtwo bust somebody's skull open with a spoon.
I think
Bro.
I think what's gonna happen though is because of the name Pokemon, it's gonna lead credence to Pokemon Unite, which is the MOBA game. And if they play their cards right with the marketing and how it's free to play for everybody, and it's gonna capture people because it's free and people are gonna play it. If the gameplay is fun, we're gonna talk about it. People are gonna play it on YouTube. People are gonna play it on Twitch. There may be even a promotion. And if they keep talking about it, I'm pretty sure one, if not most of us in this group chat right now, will play Pokemon Unite. And we're going to say
Well,
something about it.
if it's free, there's no reason to not try it.
Right. See,
Like
that's where it comes from. Like it's going the fact that it's free to play, it's going to get a lot of people. And it's Pokemon Company and Game Freak or whatever. And they will advertise it if they have to out the shit. Also, Tencent and China, they will automatically have millions upon millions of people playing it in China. So it's
yeah,
like the
maybe
main
it's just not this country's market. I
it
feel like it probably was something everybody was looking
game
for in another country.
I'm confusing myself now, but Pokemon Company, Game Freak, will market it to everybody, the whole entire world, because they're not going to make a game and not
as-
want to
as
get
they
money
should.
from other people.
I mean, they're right to that. That's the whole point. They should globally market it. Like they're trying to get this coin. It's like
Right. So I think if they play their cards right, it's going to be a big thing. If it spreads the way that they want it to, since it is a free to play game, it'll probably expand. They'll probably put more
so.
Pokemon in there. And like at the end of the day,
No,
it comes down with the
stop.
gameplay.
First of all, they need to not play themselves and start out with like at least like 200, 300. Like, stop it.
Well,
I know that they won't, but it's like it's trash. Like, don't do that.
okay, like
Don't
how many
don't give us
characters
like 20.
how many characters are in League right now?
Somewhere close to 2.
157?
Yeah.
157, I think.
57?
I said
No,
157.
157.
157, okay.
Like somewhere capped at 160.
Okay.
Basically.
No.
Hold on. I can give you an exact answer. Just give me a second.
Because when they started, like I think they started with like 30 or 40. Like
So-
in the very, very, very beginning, like 30.
Okay. I mean, they had if Pokemon started off with like
1, 2,
20,
3,
that definitely would seem like really really small.
No, like I
'Cause
say
they
that simply because there's 150 and like 1,000 more to see. Okay.
They have over 800 Pokemon, right?
Not probably like 9 by now. I don't even know. Let me see.
Maybe.
Are we counting Alola shenanigans?
I guess that's what they're I'm not too sure. Honestly, I don't really count them because they're the same Pokemon. They look different.
There is
Alolan and
800,
Galarian forms don't
898 Pokemon. So there's
But
basically
you know
900
what?
Pokemon.
No, they have to count because Alola Vulpix is a ice type.
Ice type.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Freezing.
kind of have to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put in the Alola, but I think that's almost a cop out in a way.
So
No.
It is, they're definitely running out of
so like
ideas.
900.
But I
So
like
they better start out with at least one.
I mean,
That game better open up with 100, arguably 151. Arguably.
I don't think it's going to have how
I
many.
know it won't.
so they
how
have
many?
they have 800.
How many did Pokemon Go start with?
Pokemon?
Go.
How many did Pokemon Go start with?
Didn't they start
Like
out
the
with
Dream
like
Catch.
150?
The first 150, right?
Right.
Maybe.
They immediately start out with 150. It's gonna be ballsy because they're gonna have to make moves for all of them.
Man, why not?
All of them. Well, yeah, why not? They have the resources
Plus-
to do so.
Plus, well, actually, no. I have to reduce that number a little bit because the evolutions are part of the gameplay.
Right. So
like
if
you're like Cinderace, like you have to work from whatever he starts with, whatever
Right.
the hell thing's called.
So
Or
let's
Bunny.
say they start with
Yeah.
like let's start let's think that they
Not
start with
counting the
like 30 or
evolutions.
40. The evolution is part of that whole thing. So that's
Correct.
something Pokemon can do. Something unique to their value, right? That'll probably attract a lot more people. Like, oh shit, I could turn my Squirtle into a fucking Blastoise at the end of the match. I'm doing it.
But you know what? They need to add certain things for like the. But you know what? What will make it real hot? Like if they add certain things for like the branching ones, like you could get a choice between a Slowbro and a Slowking, and you have to do certain things in the gameplay to get either one.
Yeah,
Actually, it would be
That'd
pretty
be
cool.
high.
right.
Or if
You
you
know
can
it's-
Poliwrath or a Politoed, oh my god! Like yeah,
Right.
that
You
would
know,
add more
See,
to it.
now you're
Mm.
talking about like things that they could do in the mobile game, and now we're talking about like what the positives are about the mobile game, which is like I think that's the point. Like, think what you will about free to play. I know that's my, I have opinions on that, but I think it's going to actually be
You think it's going
a
to excel?
success. I think it's going to be a
Like
success.
but the thing is that like I'm not knocking the Pokemon MOBA itself, but it's I just doubt. I guess I shouldn't say that Nintendo, but I just doubt the company's ability to like
long-term support.
commit.
That's
Right.
definitely not happening.
That's what it is. Like it's not whether Pokemon can do it or not. They most certainly can. They have enough creativity to absolutely make a very successful MOBA, but like I don't know if they will put forth the effort to do so.
To like keep going with it.
You know what bothers me is how company will try to mold a game or franchise into a very popular market, and the game suffers for it, and the fan base does not appreciate it. It's exactly what happened in the.
Actually, we understood all that, but you're also
the auto tune.
You're also gargling.
And I turned on the auto tune, yeah.
I need to come up with a routine each time that happens. I have to have a joke a bit. No, yeah, basically that's kind of like how I feel about it. I think that at the end of the day, like you're ignoring a core audience a lot of the time when you do stuff like that.
Hold on,
Hey,
what's
guys.
up, Panic?
Sorry, I'm not sure if any of these numbers matter to you guys, but some of these are actually kind of interesting, so I'm going to read them off real quick. The Nintendo Switch sales for Pokemon Sword and Shield was 21.1 million, and the sales for Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue as of 2021 is 31.37 million. That's just the sell of those two games. Now, this isn't proving a point, just pointing something out. League currently has 115 million players. So I'm just going by the games themselves. There are more people playing League than there are the individual games of Pokemon. Now that's just nothing about the fan base. Just a point out. Not to mention also Pokemon Go currently has 70 million players in it and are making 21. What was that number? 21.1 billion monthly. Was I looking at that right?
Are you serious?
Wait.
Hold on, sir.
Hold on.
What are you talking about? 21.1
billion a
monthly?
month?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Where the hell is it?
That man added a zero.
Global. I might have, but I don't remember. I don't see the number anymore, so I can't even tell you. No, it's not a few zeros. It's either a million or a billion. So I think I added 1 0.
Wait. Okay. I'm in suspense.
Because if you're making 20 bill a month, you need to be stopped.
Sorry, not billion, it's million. So it's just from the Apple Store specifically, but 27.26 million a month just from the Apple Store. That's not counting Google or that's not counting Google apps or the Android App Store.
Oh, okay, so then there's no reason for Pokemon Unite. So if Pokemon Unite fails, I'm going to entirely blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, if it fails, it just means nobody was interested in that genre.
No, don't give me that crap. Look at League. There's no reason why they can't put in the effort to make it as good, to make it as successful as League. If this is Skeptic's personal opinion, if Pokemon Unite fails, I'm blaming the company and not the fans.
Okay. All right.
I
I
mean, the fans can make it more than it really is if they really want to, but like even
yeah.
with that,
Give me
the
a reason.
support has to be there. The
Give
support
me a
has to be
reason.
there.
I
Don't
I
don't
s-
be don't like. First of all, in my opinion, the gameplay is it looks fine right now, but I feel like the graphics would be a little bit better. Like they're going
it's a
for the
Switch
child
game.
friendly approach.
It's a Switch game.
Panic, panic, panic. Don't do this. Don't betray
What?
me.
So
What?
Don't give me that
Like,
crap.
listen,
That
man.
means nothing.
I'm already
Oh
against
god.
against this. So yes, I'm gonna betray you. So
Like
like,
so
what? No, it looks worse than Smash Brothers, and that's not. And Smash Brothers looks good in my opinion. I think all Switch games needs to look like freaking Devil May Cry, freaking Bayonetta, Smash Brothers. Like, there's no reason why they can't. Like Smash Brothers, I know it's
so
hard to tell because of all the
I
fighting, but
mean that
the
depends
details.
on like the art style because you're talking about Devil May Cry, which realistic gritty. Bayonetta is realistic gritty.
And yet, I can play it on my Switch.
I mean that's fine. Or it's like the art direction that the devs and the artists choose. Like Smash Brothers, um, I guess you
Has
could
very
call it
good
like
graphics.
clay cell shaded, and I think it's not realistic as it was in
It's
like Melee.
looks looks better than graphically Pokemon Unite, in my
Well,
opinion, right now.
Pokemon Unite is made for mobile
Oh, you
first
know
and
what? I
foremost.
forgot about that nonsense. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's made for mobile, so like it being on on the Switch is it's an additive. So
That
like,
is going to be a little problematic for what I'm saying, but okay.
well that only
That
means
explains a lot.
that only means it's going to be even more popular because it's on the mobile. Because when you have a game
Accessible.
when you have a
it's
game
more
that's
accessible.
yeah, so you have a game on a mobile, people are going to play it. Like, oh, it's free, download.
Okay, see now it's okay now it's time for a purist skeptic. I feel like a majority of games that are on one thing relatively tend to be higher quality.
Hey, you take the same stance that Bethesda does. Sorry, continue. I had to point
What
that
now,
out.
really?
I remember I said I don't think it was last week, but the week before the Bethesda saying sorry, not sorry that our
Being
next game
exclusive.
is exclusive to Microsoft.
And you know what?
One of the guys
If Bethesda didn't have a history of not upgrading their shit at all, then that would hold some more credence.
said.
They say that, but like they want to hit you with these mid PS3 graphics in like early PS5 era. So I don't know what the audacity of Todd Howard.
Well, now he has Papa Microsoft looking.
Hopefully they'll
True.
update their engine, which has been the same since I don't know Fallout 3.
Well,
Should probably work on that.
this is a completely new game, so I don't know if it's using the same engine.
I just wanted to say that Dota is not even that too far apart from League. So League has like 70 million. Dota 2 has like 43 million.
Wrong, 115 million. I just told you that
115?
number. Yes. League has 115 million. I literally just looked that up.
League of Legends player.
Yes. He assumed that he did his Google search correctly.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hey, listen, man, SEO is strong. But
I know somebody's
Dota.
article from 8 years ago was just
Listen,
powerful.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front. Like I'm shocked to hear that people
Wait,
are still playing Dota. Not even gonna lie,
Bro, I didn't know League was as big of a deal as it was until
bro. No,
KDA
League is massive, man. Like they have an
happened.
entire like NFL halftime shows.
I
That's
know.
not an exaggeration.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it wasn't until I got clued in that was the halftime show, and it had that much viewership that I was like, I don't even know anybody who plays that game personally.
But bro, like it's crazy when you stop and think about the like practicality of it. It's like you're paying, like the people that pay to physically go there, like you're paying to physically go and see these gamers play the game in front of you. Think about that.
Doesn't make sense.
Think about that for a second.
Okay.
Like maybe I'm on some okay boomer shit, but it's like
No, you're right. You're right though. It's like it being basically like a sport. You're paying to go to a stadium that's huge as fuck, where you can't.
But
The players themselves look like ants,
but
and
bro, like, but the game, no, not the same. It's not the same because if I go, if like I'm telling you, freaking Faker's hardcore jungling is going to look just as 4K on my laptop at home than in person.
Yeah, as it is in person. No, you're absolutely right. But what you're going there for is the experience with the other fans and the possibility of meeting the players.
Man, I can host a league Super Bowl party at my house without paying $100 for a ticket.
So why do
Now,
people go in person
unless,
to real sports?
bro, if you first of all, see, I almost fucked up. Ooh. First of all,
Yeah,
panic.
you getting too comfortable. That's why. Because we're in a debate we have almost every single day. Like you
Hatred.
get too comfortable.
Hatred. This guy.
I think
You're gonna sit here and tell me that if I bought you front row seat tickets to watch LeBron James put his nuts in someone's face.
I'm not saying I wouldn't take it, but my question is what is the
that gonna look that is gonna look very different if
so.
you
What,
have front row seats.
here's a scenario. What if you did had tickets to like LeBron James like front row seat, right? But you also had tickets to like Joker coming in on the same day, front row seats, just to watch him beat people in League of Legends. Which one?
I have tickets to sit behind a Faker, right 10 feet from him as he's playing on his computer. Like I can see the frustration on his face. Is that what you mean?
No. It would be frustration for Faker. It would be focus. You see?
Oh, I'm sorry. Focus.
I can see the Batman glare.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
man, it's legendary.
You can see how his hands move when he bodies 3 people at a time.
so like, for me, I'd probably go see LeBron James because I'm not really too interested in League of Legends. But like for you guys who are more League of Legends fans, would you take that ticket? Over
No,
LeBron
I'm
James?
just arguing. I'm just arguing the practicality of the of.
Let me see.
No, that's
What's the
a
difference
question
real
that I
quick?
want to know. Like that's an answer that I want to know.
Wait, for free? Like it's a free ticket.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, Anima.
Is that what you're saying?
go ahead.
Give him
Adam.
a second. All right.
Because
So,
if the ticket's
alright.
free,
I get it. Like when you're watching a game on TV, you only see what the cameras show you. There's a lot more going on in person. You know, with the game though, it's happening on the screen, which means that the difference between what you see and what they see doesn't have to be any different if they stream the game itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? The event is in a medium of which it's even more practical to see it from your home. That makes sense to me. Now, seeing the players, I get it. Like when you go to Evo, like let's shift it back over to fighting games since I'm the fighting game guy now.
shit.
You don't.
Big ass hole in my argument. I forgot about you.
Mm-hmm. See, it's the same thing, right? But then it's hype, bro. It's the energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
All
first
right.
said though. That was what I first said though. Like you go there for the experience with the fans, not necessarily to watch the game.
Right. And you can also find other people who play the game. You know, you can compete. There's like things you can get, things you can do. There's like
Okay,
this
so
commu-
this
and
is the whole.
honestly, that's bigger of a deal because in the gaming world, you don't just find people on the street
Okay.
that play the game.
Got you. Okay, so it's the whole bar alcohol thing. Panic.
Mhm.
And it's my whole argument. Okay, and in that case, I recede my argument because that is the true purpose of it. Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
and I think that both of you you're both looking at it from a different perspective, and you're both right. Like I think that at the end of the day, it's a matter of preference. If you love it enough, you'll go. I've not gone to a tournament in person myself, but I've experienced the like energy of a group of people huddled around a fighting game.
Yeah, we
Like
both have.
I know what it's like, so I can tell you that I can't discredit it. It's definitely different than playing in your own house by yourself. There's just a frustration with that most of the time.
I would say at the end of the day, Pokemon MOBA will become
Yeah,
popular.
I know, right?
And
That's the new
it's
name.
gonna get money.
Pokemon MOBA.
Yeah, it's on mobile.
Pokemon MOBA.
It's on Switch.
Pokemon League, I've dubbed it.
Listen, Pokemon MOBA.
And I think
Mobamon League.
there is credence for worry, but I think at the end of the day, some of us is going to play the game.
Well, if it's free, I'm gonna download it and try it out. It's like, yeah, like I'm gonna sit here and act like I don't like League, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. Yeah,
I'm not going to. I'm not
you're
gonna waste my time.
you're lying. You're lying because you're
dead
100%
serious.
lying because you're gonna download. No. If it's free, it's our job to try it out and test it out.
No. It is now the YouTuber's job to try it out. I'm going to look at
So
them playing it, not the review. Not the review. I'm going to look at them playing it, and if I'm interested in how it plays, then I'll download it. But I am so serious. I'm not downloading this game.
So you're not gonna try it out with me? You're not gonna try it out?
Are you gonna make me try it out? Are you gonna make me try it out?
Yes, it's free. If it's free, if it's free.
Fucking bastard.
Yes, it's free.
You know. If the game wasn't what if the game see I haven't played Overwatch. Overwatch is also a MOBA. Overwatch is
okay. Wait,
getting big too.
We see now we're going into not League territories.
But it's still a MOBA.
It is FPS. Okay, no. See now FPS MOBA got it. It has different energy. Like it has a whole different like Black Air Force energy going on. Like you've got to like there. It's a whole different type of. You know what? You don't.
I should like Overwatch. Because it's an FPS. And
but the MOBA aspect is where it you're not the biggest fan.
Actually, I'm gonna sit here and defend Overwatch just a little. I like Overwatch.
No, I'm not coming at it whatsoever. Overwatch is probably fine. Like it's a first person MOBA, and there's plenty of them like Apex.
Right.
Apex and Overwatch are like very popular, and I understand why, because there's a shit ton of arguably they're the majority. Like there's a shit ton of FPS players out there, and they like dip into all types of FPS gameplay. This is one of them. It's not my cup of tea. I'm more of a third person type of guy, but Panago, on the other hand, at heart is an FPS person.
Yes, I am.
And even he's not the fan. Like I'm trying to remember your reasoning, because it might just be you're not the biggest fan of MOBA, but League is an exception.
Exactly, and that's why I say I'm not even going to touch Pokemon Unite, because they have to do for me to touch Pokemon Unite, they'd have to do pretty much the same exact thing that League is doing. The same exact.
Wait.
You mean,
so
not the way the game plays. Just like how
they go about
more like
supporting
how,
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Actually, I'm not.
So,
I agree with that.
Can I ask how are they supporting League in its own way? Because I don't know.
Do you remember our whole debate? I don't want to get back into the debate, but do you remember a whole debate about the free to plays and versus the gacha games? Like gacha games are free to plays, but like free to plays, there are free to plays that aren't gacha
games,
and legal, and there are some of those free to plays that aren't gacha do it correctly. Yeah, League does
League
it
is one
correctly,
very much correctly.
They are all about their fans. They put their fans first before they are updating the game, before they release a new character. They listen to fan base feedback. They ask for feedback in surveys. They're all about their players, and no other company that I can think of right now is like that. Not one.
I can think of one.
Go ahead, Damien. I'm not saying there isn't. I said that I can think.
Yeah, I would love to know more of them.
Team Yoshida, Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, yeah,
I can agree with that. Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah,
because 14 went from 0 to hero like hella quick. So yes, I can agree with that. Definitely that.
Oh wait, Warframe? Is Warframe the same thing?
Yes, Warframe.
Yeah, Warframe as well.
So then the question becomes: is Pokemon Company gonna be that same dedicated to the
Like,
fans.
It's
Yeah,
not
and I don't think
impossible.
there
I
are.
mean, it's not.
It's
I'm
not-
not.
it's
I'm
not
not
impossible.
defending. I'm
It's
going to
not
stay
impossible.
neutral. I'm going to stay neutral with this, but it's not impossible because Pokemon Company does have like their customers they do want to keep. Like I know there's a separate company for Pokemon Go, right? Am I right about
Mhm.
that? But when Pokemon Go was coming out, there was like hardcore support. Like the first year it was out, it was just like everything balls to the wall. People were just like, man, it would be
Bro, like-
great if we had like like a kind of like a battle thing for the towers,
If-
and and they were just like, let's add that in.
if you, I mean, like if you want to lowball it by calling it support, yeah, it was more like a never-ending craze.
And I'm not sure if you guys know this. The company that Pokemon Company teamed up with for Pokemon Go, do you know that they had made a mobile game well before that that's very similar to Pokemon Go, and how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't, but they probably didn't have any clout.
No. They had a decent amount. There were quite a few players on it. Now, the Pokemon name wasn't on it, but when people found out about it, they did play it, including me. I did play it, but I didn't stay on it. It's the same reason why I didn't stay on Pokemon Go. I wasn't out enough. Not necessarily walking, but I was always work home. I didn't have a way to yeah. Anyway, so what I'm getting at that is that they knew for the most part how they were going to do the game already because they had already done it before and it had decent success.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it just worked out that way. If it works out that way, especially with Pokemon Go, then there's a reason why they made like billions of dollars off of it already.
Mm-hmm.
If Pokemon Company, and I guess this is like the point here, if they keep up with a amount of support for the game, just Pokemon Unite now, then you'd probably play it. Like if they made a free to play, which it is a free to play, but you're probably saying like it doesn't force you or throw you into the hey pay to win kind of thing, or pay to get an advantage, or throw advertisements in your face, and they focus on like adding more Pokemon, tightening up the ability so it's not busted for some characters, like everybody picking Charizard or something. Actually having some sort of care. Is that
Right.
what you're looking for?
Yeah, I want them to care about the player base.
Mm.
As long as they care about the player base and player base, and the gameplay itself. Again, why I keep saying I need to see gameplay. The gameplay itself isn't like janky and what's the word I'm looking for? Jarred. Like it flows. Like we're good. I'll try it out and see how it plays.
So I hope it doesn't turn into the free to play where they're actually going with what's more common nowadays, where they're looking for the whale, and that's what that's what they would stick with, is trying to fish for the whales. They'll attract the fish to get the whales, kind of thing. I hope that's not what they're going to do, because remember who is also the other half of Pokemon Unite. It's not just Pokemon Company. Tencent. Tencent is infamous for doing certain practices like that, especially in around South Korea and China.
Well, you know what? That just goes to show that they don't care. Like this collaboration, this unholy union is probably a sign that that's what we're really headed for.
I
You know.
hope, I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope that Tencent is only lending them support via like devs, and that they can get like an outreach in China, and that's about it. Because Pokemon itself has a reach around the world, and Tencent, whether you like it or not, has a reach around the world as well. But they also have a reach in China, and that's what I think Pokemon Unite is trying to do, is to get their market in China. I hope, and this is just me hoping, because they're going into the MOBA genre, that they would take care to not abandon the Pokemon fans who are still with them to this day from like 1995, or the people who are stuck with them since like Sword and Shield.
The few, because they've already lost a few of their fan base from way back when.
True. But
I don't know, man.
I think I know. I mean, this is the reason why they're teaming up with Tencent is because of the Chinese market. But like, if Pokemon, because Pokemon has more control over Pokemon Unite than Tencent does, so they can have a positive free to play practice if they really wanted to.
Well, I don't want to get back into that whole thing. I just kind of wanted to like cap off my topic, which was just like, is Pokemon too big to fail? I know that it was a collab of two people who really actually showed up without a topic today. Let's just be honest. We just kind of flew
I'm
it
I'm sorry. And
as
to
far
answer
as
your
we could.
question, um, I don't think they're too big yet, but I do think it'll take a lot for them to fail. Like
Yeah.
they will have to make maybe 3 or 4 mistakes, big mistakes, in sequence for them to
Mm,
fail.
yeah. I feel like the brand itself won't fail. Like just in the gaming world, we feel like they can fail, which is kind of what I thought Pokemon was supposed to be. But you know what I mean?
They're,
I don't know. They
they're,
sold me on the dream. Like, you catch them all and be the best there ever was. Like, I just don't feel like they really delivered on the promise to make that a real experience or not. Because
so
nobody is trying to catch all 1,254 Pokemon at this point. Like, that just is
898. 898. There's
so
898.
1,684. Um, seriously, like, who's ever tried to fill up their Pokedex on every single game?
There are people.
I know there are people, but like who here thought
Uh
that was a good
the
idea to spend their
only
time?
the only time I thought about catching all Pokemon was in like the first maybe 3 generations, because I did it for the first generation and second generation. That was easy, but after that it got a little hard because of just the sheer number. When they got to like the 5th generation, I just stopped because
No,
Yeah, it's just like,
n-
bro, like
no,
I don't believe in your dream anymore. Like I'm
so,
not catching none of these.
Sync. Sync, you want to know the reason it got hard is because I was about to say Square. Holy shit. Um, Game Freak stopped putting access to the older Pokemon in the newer games. Like they only made it so certain types of certain of the older Pokemon were in the newer regions. And since one was the first game and two gave access to the first region, they were the easiest. But ever since Hoenn, you don't have access to previous regions, and only some of the older Pokemon show up in that new region. That's why I got harder.
Yeah, and then they're dumb. Like they're really bad practices with Pokemon Bank and just how you can keep storage from the other games up to date so you can actually get the Pokemon onto the new games. It's just atrocious. The money
okay.
you have to spend to make that happen is where I'm starting to realize the Pokemon Company isn't about that like action anymore. They're really just about that money. And so it's tough because like I want them to like that's a huge part of my childhood. Like I think Pokemon was so cool. And like if they can just make it accessible instead of making it child friendly, make it accessible to where we have games that we can live out that one simple promise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like I think that's the one thing I long for the most. That's why everybody wants a Pokemon world. That's why everybody wants like to just have a unified place to be able to play. Like I can't believe they decided to make an M like what do you call it? It's a MOBA, but like I can't believe they did this before they made a whole cohesive Pokemon world.
I think
Like
the MOBA, right? I think somewhere along the line, because you guys are right, more or less their sites was more a profit, I think. And MOBA, I think in their mind is profit, which it is if you do it right.
it is.
But I think
But
that's what
like
they're going for at this point.
dang, man. Can I
And
like just play Pokemon? Like that's all
like
I want to do.
I don't know what it is, what's going on with like they came out with what was like the Pokemon mobile games? They came out with Pokemon Masters,
Mhm.
and I forgot what the other Pokemon game was, but I think at the
Aside
time
from Go.
Last order said I think it was Conquest.
Conquest, was it Conquest? No, I thought Conquest was the new one, isn't it? That,
No, the new one is Arceus.
oh, okay, all right. And they
Wait, hold
had
on. Let me double check.
because
Hold
there's Pokemon
Arceus
on.
is gonna
Masters.
be
But I mean,
like
the point is, somehow it diverted from making a game to making profit in a lot of people's
Yeah,
eyes. And I'm not
I
saying
know.
that's like the true statement. I'm gonna be legal here. I'm not gonna say that's what they're doing. But to like a lot of people's eyes, to a lot of fans, they're seeing it as they're making more profit than they are making a video game. Because like remember when we saw the quality of Pokemon Sword and Shield, like how a tree looked like it came from the Nintendo 64 era, and then they had to quickly patch it up to make it look like it's from the PlayStation 2 era. And how Pokemon Sword and Shield, like most of the game is, it's supposed to be in this wild area, right? You're supposed to go through it, but the wild area is just an area that you go through to catch, Pokemon of various levels, kind of like how you would go through an MMO, and a lot of the game has you true to its worth. I'll give it this. It makes you feel like a child on a journey, right? Because all the adults are doing the more important things in the background. You're not saving the world, so to say, until like the end of the game. And,
I never wanted to save the world as a Pokemon trainer though. Like I
right,
never
right. They just start. This whole thing started when like Red, a 10-year-old, shut down an entire evil organization.
like all these like this whole running trend of there being a team this and a team that is just so old.
but
I don't know, man.
but like
Like just don't even get me started.
it wasn't like that because it was really true to its word. Just you, a trainer, going out, trying to go into the Pokemon League. It had nothing to do with you saving the world at all for most of the game. And then at the final, like, 90%, it's just like, oh, the president wants to do something for the sake of of humanity, but he's doing it too early. That's it.
No,
Nothing really evil happened. There's no real bad guys in the game. You have Team Yell, who's not bad guys. They're just fans of like probably one of the best characters in the game,
I don't
and
care.
that's
I'm just
about it.
so
I would say Sword and Shield has like a story and like has a journey and a tale worth playing. It does. I would say they needed to flesh that out because it wasn't really too deep at all. I would say Sun and Moon did it a hell lot better. And at the
they
end
did.
of at the end of the day, they made 2 DLCs, which was you training in a dojo, wasn't all that eventful, and the other is finding a crap ton of legendary Pokemon or all the rest of the Pokemon that they're finally releasing in the second DLC, for which people had some complaints about because it's like all these Pokemon could have just been in the game.
Yeah,
This
well, you know,
this
that's what
area
we
could
were
have been in
saying
the
the whole
game.
time.
This-
Like that's what people are like, it's Pokemon, you're gonna play it anyway. I hate
well,
blind
I mean,
fandom,
that's the
but
case. That's the case because of just what it is. It's Pokemon. I'm gonna play it
right.
anyway.
So I feel like because of that stigma, not because the people are saying it, but because Pokemon Company knows it, it's just like it just doesn't encourage them to really have to have these passion projects. Like they can use the influence to go and make the money wherever they want. Like they can do what they
Right.
want to like, and I'm just like, but for what? Like at the end of the day, like I've never thought I'd see a game like see game company become big business like that, where it's just like so it's not about the games anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
Like it's heartbreaking.
It is. So before we go on to, I guess our final, because my topic would be loaded. We'll skip my topic for that. Um, game of the I should say games of the week.
But what is this? Double Jeopardy?
No. Just this is the gaming news.
Rest in peace, Alex.
Mario Golf Super Rush is out. Just came out.
Cool. Yeah, I saw
Um,
Maximilian playing that last night actually.
yeah, and it's it's enjoyable. Some people like Barbarous King kept saying screw this game, I don't like it, I'm giving it back. But it's been getting positive reception. It's a Mario Golf game. There hasn't been a golf game for a while, so I would suggest people to at least try it out. It's not really
I'm
my
still holding
game.
an L from Aces, bro. I was so excited, and
So
then
yeah,
so many things wrong happened.
also it looks like they did like a trick for the online in terms of golf, where they have now like a kind of like a set order for when people tee off. So at the beginning everybody tees off at the same time, but after that they do timers, so it kind of hides the lag. So it's kind of funny.
Wow,
I
swept under the
believe
bed, huh?
I believe there's like there's a rumor. I'm not saying that is true, that they are starting the new online system through Mario Golf Super Rush, but that is a
Wow.
rumor. That's why it feels better. So
Wow.
that's a thing.
Good.
Just a reminder that Psychonauts 2 will be coming out soon.
No, it's only on the Xbox though, right?
Only on the
And
Xbox,
PC.
but it's a game.
No, that's how it was before anyway, I think. But
So
I have to get it on PC or something.
So
Play
yes, so Psychonauts, yeah, you can just get it on PC. You don't have to even go through Microsoft or get an Xbox to play the game.
No.
I think Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart has been getting a lot of positive reception. So if any one of you guys get a PlayStation 5, you're gonna have to let me know. Right now, in terms of the PlayStation 5, they're trying to find a solution to have more productivity. They have to probably do a redesign on the PlayStation 5 for them to put out more. So more news on that in the future.
Okay.
And last but not least, Halo Infinite multiplayer,
Halo Infinite about to go crazy.
free to play. I know Panic is going to be on that like he would destroy a bag of fucking Doritos.
No, for me, it'd be a bag of gummy
Xbox?
bears. But you are
I had
absolutely
to say, like,
correct.
Haribo bears.
And no, not Xbox, PC, because I refuse to buy an Xbox. Granted, love Halo, have loved it for years, ever since it came out. 5 fucked up. 4, I'm sorry, 4 started to fuck up. 5 did fuck up. So I'm not getting an Xbox for this game. I'm going to be using my laptop, and I'm going to enjoy it through there.
I'm gonna have to get you like a PC, I swear.
I'm still putting resources into building one. If, in all honesty, I could really build one. I say get the parts to build one for about 1,500 right now and not go broke. But I have other plans for that money. So yeah.
Fair enough. Still feel like we need to get you a PC. I feel like we need to get you and Skeptic like a full-fledged PC.
I mean,
Skeptic
I kind of own
Skeptic
one.
doesn't want one.
Yeah,
I
mean, a
access to
desktop?
parts that I use to build my PC.
Or yeah, a desktop. I,
like, I'm
should say
not-
desktop, not a laptop.
Okay.
Desktop.
I don't disagree. I know at some point I absolutely will need a desktop. So eventually,
My
I just
mistake.
wanted.
I meant a whole desktop, not a
Right.
PC.
No, actually, no panic. We're gonna get those $3,000 razor blades.
You could build a desktop. I'm pretty sure between Anima and I, our built desktops are like only a few $1,000, or not even maybe
a
over
few $1,000s.
I said a few $1,000, maybe over $1,000.
I mean, a few thousand. Like that's what did I
Let's cut
say?
that in half. You got it.
Keep in mind that some of the not most of, but some of the parts that Anima has in his computer were mine.
Yeah,
So
That's what I'm saying. That's why I owe you
know
one.
how much it costs. No, you don't owe me one because
So-
you were definitely going to use it for.
I definitely
had
kept
a
my
reason.
promise.
Yeah, you had a reason to use it before I did. So I was like, just here you go. Because I don't have all the parts I need. You have the money to get the rest of it. Just use it.
I built the brand for myself using those parts. Like with that computer, you guys helped me build. Like I really did it. It wasn't like, okay, just have a computer now.
okay,
Like-
and
So all right, I'll give you that.
one last one. Kind of an unknown thing because Namco Bandai have been pouring the whole Tekken and Smash thing going on, but they Bando Namco came out with Scarlet Nexus, an RPG.
Oh, so
Right.
I'm sorry about that real quick. So is this a game that has an anime or an anime that has a game?
Not too
Yes.
sure because this is like I'm.
Because it seems like the anime and the game released at the same time,
Did
and I
it?
don't know if they're following the same. So yeah, it seems like it did, and I'm
Okay.
not sure if they're following the same exact story, or if one is supposed to take place before the other. I literally can't tell. Then again, I haven't looked too much into it because now that I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
the anime, I'm kind of interested in the game.
Yeah, so yeah, there is an anime connected to. So far, it seems to be like a pretty okay RPG. It's not like outstanding or anything, but it's out.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I mean, from the general reception, it's like an 8 out of 10.
Okay, all right, that's good. I might wind up getting this game because I have the
Maybe.
animes made me interested in it.
All right, well, that's all the games I have for now. The last thing that we're going to touch up upon is we'll do mine next week. That's very triggering. We're gonna take one from our good
Oh,
old
don't say that. Get me
from our
hyped.
good old mysterious writer, our fifth member whose name we're not going to really say. We're just gonna say our mysterious fifth member. And no, it's not Last Order Films. Um,
He is our
Yeah,
fifth member.
he's
What are
not
you
he
talking
is
about?
he's the fifth member, but he's not mysterious. People know him. So
so we're gonna pick one from his pile. I'd say we should start with the first one here. What are some of your favorite, most memorable levels you played through this past decade? He's saying levels.
Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, because it's just one big ass level.
Yeah, it is actually. You're
That easily like has been, and I can't say anything. I haven't played Odyssey yet. I haven't even played Breath of the Wild. I'm a fraud, but like I did end up getting that because I knew that Audrey really enjoyed Super Mario 3D World. I have it on the Switch, and I mean on the Wii U, never played it, but Bowser's Fury impressed me. I'm like, if this is the future of Mario games, I'm here for it.
okay.
You know, like I didn't mention this panic the time I was telling you about it, but there's even certain like challenges that take you across different levels. Like the I forget what it's called. Plessy, I guess it's called.
Plessy, yeah,
yes,
Plessy is
yeah.
yeah.
There's yeah, good.
No. I was just about to say the dinosaur that you surf on. Yeah.
Right. There's like after the end game, like the first 50 shines, you beat the game. Then there's a whole extra 50 shines. Um like there's medals that you can get that you have to like get the next one, you know, like grab it, then follow the path. That literally takes you across levels. Like you have to jump onto a level and over it, and then like go back into the water as Plessy and then go to the next medal. You know, and like when I finally did get around to watching the speed runs, people are like jumping into the end of the level. Like they jump in from the outside because they just have the strat. It's incredible stuff, dude. Like just being able to make it to the end of a level from a whole different vantage point is just I I can't tell you how much joy that brings to my heart to know that Mario could be something like that. Especially since these speedrunners are out here going crazy.
Oh, nice.
It's definitely that was the one.
Also to make a correction here, Last Order Films, we weren't honest. You're our sixth member. There was always a fifth. Sorry to break that to you. I'm sorry, man.
It's like, look, who showed up to more streams?
This guy, Last Order.
Last Order did.
Oh, okay.
Last
Alright.
Order did.
Mm-hmm.
But who
So,
watched it afterwards every single time?
bro, you don't watch it if you make it, bro. You're the fifth mother flipping
If
podcast member.
if that's the case, then like every other person would be a higher member than the person who
Mm,
we've been collaborating, at least knew about this and was actually involved in some form or fashion.
like Botanic Sage is a founder of sorts. He helped like really spread the word on it, but that was before we made the separate channel.
Right.
Um, but you know, I feel like Last Order is there. He will actually show up, and I'm like, that's
I
worth it.
mean, due to the circumstances of of our mysterious writer, of course they can't show up all the time.
Yeah,
So
well, they can show up sometime.
they're on the other side of the
Mhm.
world.
Yeah, they can show up. It's their nighttime. It's not even like it's too early.
No, they I'm pretty sure
Too late.
they're busy at this point or after this point.
Mhm.
It's
We don't.
12 a.m.
It's 12 a.m. over there.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, I'm about
Yeah,
to say streaming hours over there
they're
from 10
definitely
to
sleeping
12.
right now. They're in the future
Mhm.
on a Sunday. You're
Mhm.
just being mean for no reason.
Nah,
Like, wake
Last
up,
Order.
Mhm.
You have your own room. It's just hidden. Like people would have to actually look to find you,
you share the
but you
cat
have your
room
own
with all
room.
the other cats.
And the cat room has more square space than any one personal person in the whole house.
Yeah, if you
I
get
get
past.
I get $5 if anybody knows what video I got that from.
I wish I knew because I would take that offer.
Sync should know.
No.
You
No.
don't know it? You don't know where I got it from, or you do it? You just don't want to say it.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I said the cat room has more square space in the room itself than any one person has in the whole house.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. Good lord, I didn't even know you saw that video.
Oh,
I don't want
geez.
to talk about it just because of the subject of it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We can talk about it later.
um, but yeah, I would say for me, if we're going to keep going with the subject, because we don't have much time, I would say like all of God of War, the whole world is.
No, you can't do that.
It
Pick
is.
a level.
It is a level. It
I
is
don't
the
know.
whole entire
It's not
thing.
the same.
But
Shut
like,
up. No, you can't do that. Pick a
But
boss
it's a
fight.
level.
That's super not
Pick a
the
boss
same.
fight.
A
Pick a
boss
boss
fight?
fight.
No,
'Cause you
that's not a
can't
level
just-
though.
You
can't pick a
no,
boss
no
fight.
hacks. There's no hacks in this.
When I
you need
said
to do this
Bowser's
appropriately.
Fury, you could jump from like the top of one level to the top of another level, bro. Like it's not the same. God of War, you
should
have
we
to
define
go
a
through loading
level?
zones.
We
You-
should probably define what level means. at this
Loading
point.
zones.
No,
bro.
if you're gonna
there's-
cheat
There
and
is
say
no
the whole
loading
game,
zone in Bowser's Fury.
if you're going to cheat and say an entire game, then we can do this.
Because here's the thing: you said Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury is the entire play. There's no loading zone. There is no hidden loading zone. It's the entire playground of it.
I know, but like it's because of how fluid it all works together. It's not like Shadow of the Colossus where you show up, the thing shows up. That's the level. Even if it's no loading zones, it's still like something that's everything's so separate.
I wish
That-
our mysterious writer was here to honestly give a definition to this.
Fair enough, but like God of War as a level, that's
I'm
so you like
saying
God of
I'm
War the
saying
game.
like the setting, like the if I were to say anything, if we're going to talk about like levels, I would say Midgard.
Yeah, because it had different freaking realms, dude. Like
Right.
there's a hard cap to how far you can go within a realm. Once you go to
So-
a realm, that's a level.
So okay, if we're going to go by that definition, then Midgard.
Okay, that makes sense. Like I liked wherever the heck he ended up fighting those dark elves. Forget where that was. Not Jotunheim.
Was it
Jotunheim was
Niflheim?
where they wanted to go.
Was it-
Niflheim?
Was it Niflheim?
I don't know. It was when you had to like when Atreus got like abducted a little bit and like Kratos lost his shit. You know,
Oh,
I don't remember.
It was
It was
like,
one of
wait.
those realms.
He was like,
When
Atreus!
he went to like when he went to like they both saw
oh,
Zeus.
Elvenheim.
Oh, Jotunheim.
Jotunheim. That's what I thought it was Jotunheim. I thought
Was
I
it
was saying something
Jotunheim?
weird. I thought Jotunheim was where they had to go, but
wait.
I'm just
Oh,
thinking about
Jotunheim was the
Valheim
end
now.
of I don't remember. It's been too long since I played God of War.
I thought Jotunheim was the ice place where the ice giants are.
Was it?
That would
Yo?
make
Frost
sense.
giant. Frost giants.
Yeah, that's kind of where Loki's from.
Norse mythology escapes. Must
Uh,
Google.
Point is, Midgard was basically the main hub. It was like
Right.
the big setting, and it had all these legendary like creatures walking about it. From Norse
Norse.
Norse mythology.
Norse.
And they were able to somehow combine that and recreate it for for Kratos, who's from the Greek mythology, and somehow he's now part of that legend, and they did it
Alfheim.
fluidly. Alfheim. I just think like, and when the big freaking world serpent come out of nowhere, and you see the scale of how big the serpent, like he actually wrapped around the world.
No, it's cool. I give you that.
There was that setting. There's the fact that this gate goes to different worlds, like how they brought it into the game without it being like some sort of extravagant thing. I liked
Yeah.
all that. I like the fact that you had like a certain kind of kinship with the world serpent because y'all both don't like the Norse gods, who you've been hiding from for this whole entire time, and you have a
Yeah.
connection with the giants. So it's like that was like the point of the game, is to make it to that world so that you can spread the ash of your then Kratos' wife, and Atreus' mother. And more legends is gonna come about it because they gave hint that might another game from it.
Yeah, like Thor's next.
Right.
There's like a prophecy that looks like Kratos is gonna die. But you know what? Yes, I'll give you that. Um, but I wasn't gonna give you, Detroit was my favorite level from Detroit Become Human.
I know, right? Cheating.
It's like, bruh. It's like what part of the game, whose story, what
Funny enough,
sequence?
but funny enough, if you said Detroit, I probably would have accepted because it's like that's the setting. If that's the only place you're actually going to be at the entire time.
Yeah, but there's micro
Then
settings.
then I would say no, and I'm gonna pick a scenario.
Oh, Canada, sorry. That was my favorite level.
That's a scenario.
No,
Well,
my
like
scenario, my
the
favorite
river.
scenario.
Look, if we're going to look, I'm not gonna delve on the whole like level subject. We're just gonna stick to the question here. So, memorable level, skeptic.
What was
Panic.
Panic's? Panic go
River,
first.
your favorite level.
I'm still thinking, bro. I don't keep memory of
Because
games.
I've got favorite levels. I've got favorite levels, but for the wrong reasons. Like
no
one of
reason's
my
wrong.
favorite one of my favorite levels is the sewer in Crash Bandicoot 2, and that is 20% because of the level and 80% because of the music.
Now,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
so
Okay.
is that in the past decade?
If you count the remake.
Okay.
My favorite Crash Bandicoot level was that first rolling ball level in Wrath of Cortex, bro. Like the music and the gameplay was just so refreshing. I don't know.
If anything
loved
from
it.
Crash, it would be from Crash 4
Oh,
and the Bayou.
um,
I'm not mad at
I
that.
I actually have one. Skeptic. Um, the fight between the two protagonists in A Way Out.
Oh, the ending part.
Yeah, that whole.
Okay, spoilers.
Sorry. Yeah, the whole end of A Way Out was freaking awesome. And if anybody doesn't know what A Way Out is, the game, look for it, search it. It is a game where two people who don't know each other figure out that they have common interests and get their you work together to escape prison. And it's a co-op only game, and it's not a solo game. You have to play with another person.
Nice.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That ending I didn't expect. Like you would think, oh yeah, we can just we'll just survive, and no, somebody got to go, and guess what? Whoever uses all his skills accumulated in the game correctly wins.
Yeah,
I was like, are you kidding me? I did not expect that at all.
that was freaking awesome. Storytelling to its finest.
Mm. Yeah, I think when he said level, he really restricted like what that can mean though, like by just saying level. Because you don't just have levels anymore. We have scenarios. I've been playing Phoenix Wright. There's trials. You know what I mean? Like it's a point and click. I played Trace Memory too, so it's not really a level. It's a scenario of sorts. So I feel like if I had to think of it just a hard like stereotypical level, like if it was just a straight up level, it would be dang, I had it and I lost it. Um
Need some more fish oil, sir.
I know, right? I think it's definitely a platforming game. I forget what I was just about to say about it though. Well, some along the lines of how Crash was really cool, but there was an actual level somewhere that I really enjoyed. Oh, you know what? It was City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2.
I was about to say, so it's a Sonic game, right?
Yeah, probably a Sonic game. It's just something about City Escape I never got tired of ever. Like I just love that stage.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think I was trying to not say ones that like weren't like unanimously people's favorites, like City Escape. Like I've never heard someone say, City Escape was whack. Like no one's ever said that.
No one's ever said that. That's just a good stage. It did
It
so many
really
things
is.
right. Like if you want to talk about like storytelling through gameplay, it's rare that you get an intersection of that. Like I think I was talking about
And then
Psychonauts to Panic, and that there's a level where you're learning a new ability on this psychic ball, and you're in a teacher's brain because that's how it works. Like the teachers like transport you into like their brain, and they have like classes and like obstacles courses and stuff set up. And like there was one where it was just basically a giant like fun half pipe kind of a thing where you got to play around on the ball, and it was just like, oh, you can also use this to go over all these terrains. Like you'll go over and you won't fall in. And one of the terrains out of 8 in like this disc, like Wheel of Fortune style, was like water. And the main character in Psychonauts, I forget his name, is like he has
Rasputin.
yes, he has a trauma with water
No, he has a
where
curse. He has a family curse. So
oh, excuse me, I don't
yeah,
remember the details,
he,
but
he he was cursed by his family was cursed by a gypsy. So whenever he gets into a full body of water, it'll hands will come out and try to drag him into the water to drown
I
them.
thought he was doing that with the trauma, but that's way
No.
less interesting that he was cursed.
that's actually I'm inclined. That's actually a really good fan theory. I'm inclined to believe what Enema said. Like not knocking the curse, but it's probably more mental than physical.
I
That's what I
mean,
And
thought.
I mean,
unless that game is like magic based and it's just like I'm being attacked by the water.
I mean,
No, it's
after
psychic powers in there, so yeah,
after
it's very
he's
possible.
well, there's a point in the game where he explains it. So that's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, psychosomatic. That's what I thought. But like the whole thing was the teacher was just like, "Hey, that isn't supposed to happen. Is there anything you need to talk about?" And it's like, "No, no, no. I'm good." Like I think things like that where you get this intersection of storytelling, gameplay, and like world building is just really cool. Where a stage is a creative storytelling element. The worst example of that in Sonic, as we've mentioned, is like Space Colony Arc and Shadow the Hedgehog. It's supposed to be this
Bro, like
dramatic
stop.
stage.
Like you ruined everything. That was my second favorite stage. The debris
Oh,
of Space Colony Arc, bro.
no.
You didn't come
like
on, man.
I like
Like
the
that,
Eggman's
that
like
the
run
computer
through that.
room couldn't find itself.
I really that wasn't even the same stage. Fine, the computer room. That was Vector.
I know.
Shadow the Hedgehog, man. My
Maria
least favorite
flashback was 10
stage.
times worse.
Well,
Yeah, we
no,
need to do
it's
that.
still Space
Quick,
Colony
quick,
Arc.
real quick. Everyone's least favorite, most
No, no, no,
hated
no. We're
stage.
not going to get into that because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're
running
out of time.
So finish up, Anima.
I'm done.
I thought you were going to get into
mean-
like because one of the teachers had like a secret room that
No, it was like
shows her trauma.
no, it was a classroom. I'm sorry, like if I didn't explain that correctly, the stages are like the point
Yeah.
of it is that he was at a psychic school.
Right.
And the way that the teachers taught the kids was like bringing them into their mind space
Right.
and like teaching them new abilities using that. And one of the teachers later in the game taught you this really cool thing. You roll around on this ball and it's really fun. It's
Right.
like this incredible boost in mobility. You know what I'm talking about if you played the game.
Yeah.
But
And-
like the teacher asked him about it and he wouldn't talk about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's just weird to think that he's literally inside her brain and she can see it. She's like, "Hey, that's not usually what happens. Can we talk about that? It's not good." I think that makes a level stand out.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only level I really remember from that game, aside from the one where you go into that weird milkman thing.
So
Like that world was twisted, bro.
it was he was it was because he was like a whole conspiracy nut thing. That was the point. Like I honestly think at that point like everything kind of slowed down a bit, but it was actually
Yeah.
it was pretty fun, but it slowed down to like a stall.
Yeah.
And
Bad
all
level.
of them had interesting stories, by the way. Just to say, the teacher you're talking about that taught Rasputin about the ball thing is the same teacher that has that secret room of her trauma and of the reason why she became a teacher of that camp.
Mm.
Because he goes into a secret room that she deliberately put out of the way so the kids don't get to it,
Mhm.
and he goes inside. And like her backstory is that she was an orphanage nun
wow.
and she was, taking care of a whole bunch of kids, but somehow I forgot the details, but the orphanage caught on fire and all the kids burnt to death, and
Oh
No.
wow.
she heard their voices through her mind because they were like screaming her name and then asking like, why is this happening, and please help us, and that was like a trauma for her. So
Yeah, I'd imagine.
yeah, so for her to try, she locks it away, one thing, and she doesn't like want to talk about it, but when you get out, she was like, please don't talk about this situation, or please don't talk about it, keep that to yourself.
You can find that rooms like you can miss that.
You can miss it, yes.
Oh wow.
So she tells Rasputin not to talk about it, um which is kind of funny because he doesn't talk about his trauma with her.
Yeah. No,
And
that makes sense. It's
yeah,
realistic.
like Psychonaut has like a very in-depth character story for people who are targeted. Like the one dude with the sunglasses, I forgot his name. His mind is basically just a giant cube, right?
Mm,
But everything that is him is inside that cube, and he learned how to control it so well that he controls it. Like he can bring out anything he wants out of that cube, and
yeah.
basically it's the best learning environment.
You
Where
know what? He had his diplomacy up, bro. Unlike this other teacher who's like Snape, like, get out,
right,
get out. Like, bro, you invited me in. I'm just saying.
right, and when you get into that island and you have all those mental people who were not
Mm,
so right, like the milkman,
oh my
who
god.
he was like a conspiracy nut, and he thought like everything was out to get him. He had like a different persona, the milkman,
Yeah.
or the
That
Spanish
gave me trauma.
or the artist dude, the Spanish artist dude with the tattoos, who he had a trauma because he had a loved one, he loved her all his life, but he was betrayed by her and he was cheated on, and he had like an inner rage that couldn't be stopped, and it was the bull that was running around the level destroying everything, where he had a separate he had like a separate persona of himself afraid of that bull, and he wanted
Yeah.
Rasputin's help, but Rasputin said, that's you're the bull, and he had to come to terms with that. Like every person in that hospital he helped, including
Yeah.
including the former actress, who I thought had a pretty cool level because
Mhm.
it was now you get me into Psychonauts, dude. It's like
Bro, look, this is basically us telling you should go play Psychonauts 1 and 2 when it comes out. Like, game
And
is
Persona.
so good. Where
the
Persona come from, bro?
the tall dude who's
The same damn concept.
I like what they did with the tall dude in the hospital, who he was related to Napoleon, and in his head he was fighting Napoleon on like basically what would be like a Command and Conquer battlefield, and you can go into the battlefield which has a building of them playing that game, but on the like if you look up in the sky you see them playing. So it was like a whole meta kind of inner universe kind of thing, but you were
Yeah.
basically on that strategy board helping the mental hospital beat Napoleon.
Yeah. Dude, like that game had just like savant level game design. I can't really like I can't put it any higher than that.
Right.
Like more than genius, like just superb level concepts. The only other like concepts of level that I really gave a lot of praise to, ironically, was DMC Devil May Cry. Because as campy as that Dante was, like the level design ideas were pretty sick. Like the world building there was not bad. I loved it. Not nearly as good as Psychonauts, but still unique, you know?
Right. It was, I would say Psychonauts had some of the most superb level design, but the game came out more than a decade ago, I think.
I know. Just it doesn't feel like it was that though. It just I don't know, man. It's just a game that just really broke the mold in so many ways. Like it never got recognized for it. But it is what it is. So you know.
Well, just the concept of like internal, like seeing inside someone's brain or their heart or their mind is just a good gaming concept in general, honestly.
Yeah, it leads to like
It's very
diversity
introspective,
in design.
and like Psychonauts is fantastic because of it. Persona's fantastic because of it.
Mm.
It's just
Persona is fantastic because of that. It's just because of the JRPG like gameplay. that
but like
makes it better.
Persona also because of that, and like the flair that they put behind it,
Mm.
like just the flair and the aesthetic of its game of its series,
It's style over substance.
its
And I'm
style,
all
right?
for that.
No,
But
the funny thing about Psychonauts is that Rasputin was never supposed to. He,
yeah,
he
but
snuck
you don't
in.
want to spoil everything for everybody now.
No. It's the beginning of the game.
I know, but still, like that's a draw. But I feel like,
That's
bro,
it
look,
was like literally the first thing they say.
we gotta.
What
I
are you
know,
doing here? The first
I know, it's the
line.
first thing, but let them get that. Like Psychonauts, we already sold it. You know, we're not even gonna get a cut. It's an old game. Have fun finding that. I don't know if they're gonna re-release it. I
Oh,
believe it's still Xbox exclusive.
Steam. Let me check. Might be on
Yeah,
Steam.
if it released on Steam, go play it. If not, I'm sorry. It's like trying to find an original copy of Marvel 2 or something.
It's on Steam. Yeah, for $5.
Oh my god. Say less. I never even beat the game, so I gotta finish it. I have this much praise, I didn't beat it. I'm a typical game journalist, but I played enough of it to know like that game is fire. It's fire. It even has cheat codes.
That's
It
it has to
even
be
ha-
free or it's not worth
Yo,
it.
shaded. All right, but anyway, let's wrap it up.
All right. That being said, everybody, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. If you're listening to this on any other platform, thank you for listening even more. We do this every single Sunday, and I hope that this keeps up. I know that next week we're gonna have quite the chat. Have quite
Oh
the chat.
yes, I look forward to it.
Yeah,
Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
Just look at the Evernote, bro. Just look at the Evernote. Just look at it real quick. It's gonna be deep.
My answer is going to be ever no. Just take the TE off. Just not gonna look at it.
I'm not gonna talk about it then. So
Everlong?
that's because spoilers.
So
Everlong.
thank you guys for showing up here today. You can find us at your mom's house. Oh,
That was very random. I did not expect that. I'm sorry. That was very random.
I'm gonna sit here on
It's
the
about delivery.
couch. Sit here on my couch in this apartment.
But, you can find us all here at the 814
Yes.
podcast.
You can find
You
us
can find you can
yourself.
find Sync Weaver.
If we're gonna try to find anybody, we're gonna have to try to find Panic because he only exists.
Basically.
He is a pattern screamer, and he's just here existing.
That's why he's
He's a-
having trouble
he's a
making his
Discord bot.
hands do what he wants because they're not really his.
Right. You can find Skeptic though.
Lurking on
lur-
all the streams and living in the podcast.
You can find. Well, you can find Anima here, but he also has his own streams.
Anima is a girl.
Oh, the Aeon Anima TM.
Thank you.
I forgot. So you can find the Aeon Anima TM copyright no steal on his Twitch channel, the Aeon Anima copyright TM no steal. The only one.
What? Snatchball.
And you can find he does have a YouTube channel, but are you doing anything with that?
No,
Right.
I've been too busy trying to perfect the boyfriend simulator that is Panic.
Damn.
Like we managed to convince everybody he's a real person, but now we gotta
Oh,
take it to the
man.
next step
They don't even know.
on some Monica after story type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can find me, Sank Weaver. YouTube, Twitch,
On WoW?
same name. Also on World of Warcraft now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we also have a secret 4.5 member over on Skeptic side, who I am
We have a
assuming
half member.
I am
Yes, we do.
assuming he is
A mascot.
having his ordeals with right now.
Oh yes, he's trying to peek from behind his eyelids, but he realized that he can't do that, so I tricked him.
So, with that being said, thank you very much for sitting down with us in apartment 814.
Get out.
Get out of our apartment and come back next week, where we're willing to have you stay at our place.
For an even more chaotic discussion. I'm here for it. I feed off it.
And for free.
For
You don't
free,
have
man.
to stay home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
Just call me Randy Savage, man.
So yeah, get out of our house.
Let's raid Overlord Devon, by the way. Just to throwing that out there.
Lord Devon.
Wait, what about Raid Shadow Legends? I don't think we're sponsored by them yet.
Yeah, keyword.
Yet.
I'll put it into a general. Raid
have a
this
raid,
guy.
but do you not have a? Oh, wait, you don't.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
You have to.
There's a raid button.
There's
Oh
a
my
raid
God.
button.
I use a command. I don't know about a button.
Man, I say that. Like, imagine you're just on your stream. You know what? It's time to raid, and you just hit escape, not escape, but like Q on your computer, and it like starts a whole sequence. It just invades someone else's Twitch.
But Overlord Devon is
Oh God.
he's a close friend of the Lythero community, Botanic Sage, that whole group of people. Like Scott Falco. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, why are you still here? Get out.
I'm still waiting for this link he's talking about.
I put it in the general.
Which general? Oh, you put it in that
I
general,
put it in the
bro.
Discord.
Bro, if you're gonna,
No, don't. I didn't put it in Messenger.
No, on Twitch.
Oh, I guess I could have did that. But that just kind of kills the whole purpose of the raid, doesn't it?
I mean, you get there either other way. All right, you guys have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye, B.
In 10 seconds. Yeah, I tricked you. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
I would have mixed up.
You did. So now none of y'all parking is about to be validated. You can thank Sync for that.
All right, now we're hosting him.